Hello everyone and welcome to Barca News. It is February 23rd, 2023 and it's been reported that Arsenal attempted to sign Raphinha during the winter transfer market. Also, Benjamin Pavard has instructed his representatives to hear offers from Bayern Munich in regards to his contract renewal. And it seems that Barcelona might have found a new destination for Samuel Umtiti. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and we'll begin with the news that Barcelona lost at the hands of Manchester United today 2-1 in Old Trafford. And with this loss, Barcelona's journey in the Europa League has officially come to an end. Barcelona were without three of their key players, with Pedri and Dembele being injured and with Gavi serving a one-match suspension after accumulating 3 yellow cards, 2 in the Champions League and 1 in the Europa League. Now, as a result of these 3 key players not being able to play, Barcelona had a midfield composed of Sergio Busquets, Frankie de Jong, Frank Kessie, and Sergio Roberto, and with attacking line composed of Robert Lewandowski and Raphinha. Now, Barcelona began the first half on shaky grounds as they made some crucial mistakes that almost led to Manchester United scoring their first goal. And Barcelona looked unsettled as they didn't know how to respond to Manchester United's aggressive start to the first half. Now, fortunately, Barcelona got settled in and they began to move the ball quickly and mounting a high press, which nullified Manchester United's best players and attack. And as a result, Barcelona were able to dominate for the remainder of the first half, which then resulted in Barcelona scoring their first and only goal when Alejandro Balde was fouled in the box at the hands of Bruno Fernandes, and when Robert Lewandowski scored Barcelona's penalty kick. And he almost missed due to that terrible way he takes penalty kicks, which we've seen him miss with Barcelona and with Poland. But thankfully, De Gea was unable to stop the ball despite his efforts to block that shot. Now, after halftime, things were looking really good for Barcelona as they were up in the scoreline and they had dominated for most of the first half. But for some reason or other, the team started the second half very sluggish and they looked like they were asleep at the wheel, which allowed Manchester United to equalize the scoreline immediately. And it was completely downhill from there for Barcelona. Now, Barcelona began to make a lot of crucial mistakes, losing the ball constantly, and they didn't seem to have any response to the continued Manchester United attacks, and they also didn't have any response to the tactical changes that Erik ten Hag made, including bringing in Anthony, who was able to score Manchester United's second goal. Now, once again, Raphinha had a terrible match where he didn't really produce anything offensively. He couldn't dribble past any players. He couldn't get any good passes or crosses into the box. He didn't really produce any danger on the right flank. And yes, he was running back, helping with the defensive duties, but offensively, he was non-existent. And time again, Raphinha is showing us that he simply does not have the level to play with Barcelona. And I was really hoping that things were going to change for him after he had a brilliant second half against Sevilla. But it's starting to look like that was simply a fluke because Raphinha continues to show us game after game that he simply does not have the level to play for Barcelona, which is very concerning because that also affects Robert Lewandowski's play because the Polish striker is a box predator who needs the ball in the box in order to score goals. And when he's playing next to someone like Raphinha who can't get him any good passes into the box, then it becomes hard for Lewandowski to score any goals. And this was very clear during the final 10 or 15 minutes of the match where we saw Lewandowski having to go all the way to the midfield to get the ball, which is of course useless because Lewandowski is not the kind of player who can get the ball in the midfield and run all the way and score. He's a player who needs that pass in the box so he can score. And if he's surrounded like players like Raphinha who can get him that pass, then it becomes problematic for Barcelona's best attacker. Now, Sergio Roberto also had a night to forget after having a really good match against Cadiz. And this time, Sergio Roberto was completely non-existent in the midfield where he didn't really provide anything to Barcelona's attack or Barcelona's defense. This is, of course, was another problem for Barcelona because Sergio Roberto playing on the far left was supposed to be the player who can get Lewandowski those passes, sneak those passes through Manchester United's defense. And since he didn't really have the ability to do so or wasn't able to do so, and Lewandowski really didn't have any much effect on this match. Now this has become a very concerning problem for Barcelona, where they haven't been able to generate much danger with their attack in the last few matches, and it's something that Barcelona are gonna have to work on in La Liga, because we can't continue winning matches 1-0 with some kind of miracle. Barcelona need to improve their attack and need to start to generate more danger, because no matter how good your defense is, eventually you are going to need to score goals in order to win the Spanish league. Now, I personally am not too saddened about Barcelona's elimination out of the Europa League, because as I said at the beginning of the season, this is not really the season to be focusing on Europe, whether it's the Champions League or the Europa League. This is the season to be focusing on La Liga, because this is a brand new team with a brand new coach, and the team are still learning, they're still adapting, they're still improving. Xavi is still implementing his strategies and his ideas, and the team is still growing. So this is not the season to be focusing on Europe. This is the season to focus on La Liga. And next season, when the team are better, they're more settled in and they've grown, that's when we should start focusing on Europe. And I rather sacrifice the Europa League in order to win La Liga, rather than sacrifice our performance in La Liga in order to win the Europa League. But I would love to hear from you. What do you think about Barcelona's elimination out of the Europa League? Please drop a comment down below. Now on to the news that it's been revealed that Arsenal attempted to sign Raphinha during a winter transfer market. Now it seems that Arsenal's coach Arteta spoke to Raphinha's representatives on 2 occasions to try to see if the player would be willing to make the move back to the Premier League. And it seems that Arsenal were willing to pay Barcelona 70 million euros for the Brazilian winger. Now Barcelona rejected this offer because they consider Raphinha as an untouchable player. And now I'm starting to think that this was a big mistake, because Barcelona paid 58 million euro for Raphinha, who hasn't really been producing much this season. And if I was Barcelona, I would be more than happy to sell him for 70 million euros, because not only would you be getting rid of a player who hasn't been producing much as far as the attack, but you would also be making a sizable profit off the sale of the Brazilian. Now on to the news that Benjamin Pavard has reportedly instructed his agents to listen to offers of his contract renewal with Bayern Munich. Now Pavard's contract will expire with Bayern Munich in the summer of 2024, and it was reported that Pavard did not want to remain at the Bundesliga club, and in fact he was looking to leave this summer, with his favorite destination being Barcelona. Now, Barcelona are considering Benjamin Pavard for the right-back position, among other players such as Juan Foyth from Villarreal and Arnau Martinez from Girona. However, today it was reported that Benjamin Pavard has instructed his agent, Pinisabi, to listen to any contract renewal offers from the Bundesliga club. Now, this could mean 2 things. Number 1, either that Benjamin Pavard does not want to leave Bayern Munich anymore, or number 2, that Barcelona have told the French defender that they will not be signing him in the summer. And this is a possibility, given that Barcelona did just meet with Pinisabi, Pavard's agent, a few days ago, and given that it's reported that Bayern Munich were asking for a lot of money from for any club that wanna take the French defender. So this could be a possibility that Barcelona have told the player that they will not be signing him in the summer. And after all, when you add to all of this, is that Xavi's number 1 option for the right back position is Juan Foyth. It becomes more and more clear why Benjamin Pavard has instructed his agents to listen to any contract renewal offers from the German club. Now on to the news that Julian Araujo has officially completed his first training with Barca Athletic. Now, Barcelona signed Julian Araujo from the MLS team LA Galaxy in the winter transfer market. And they signed him as a Barca Athletic player with the idea that he would alternate with the first team, so Xavi could count on him in the right back position. Now, because Barcelona submitted the paperwork 18 seconds late after the winter transfer market closed, La Liga and FIFA have rejected the registration of Julian Araujo, so the Mexican defender will not be able to feature with the first team until the summer. However, Barcelona are currently awaiting a decision from the tribunal of arbitration to see if they can reverse La Liga's decision. And if that happens, that we could see Julian Araujo play some minutes with the first team. And if not, we are going to have to wait until next season. Now, speaking of right back players, as I reported in a previous video, Barcelona were assuming that Serginho Dest was going to be coming back to the club, because it wasn't looking like AC Milan was going to activate that option to buy in his contract. And today it's been confirmed that AC Milan has decided not to activate that option. And so Sergiño Dest will be indeed coming back to Barcelona in the summer. Now, Sergiño Dest has not had a good spell with AC Milan, where he's only played 14 matches, only 4 of them where he has started. And the last match that he played with AC Milan was January 24th. And in fact, the Serie A team have decided to exclude him from the Champions League. So it doesn't seem that AC Milan are impressed with the American fullback. So he will be coming back to Barcelona, where Barcelona are going to have to find him a new destination because Xabi does not want Sergiño Dest on his squad. Now, speaking of AC Milan, it's looking like Barcelona might have found a new destination for Samuel Umtiti. Now, Umtiti is currently on a one-season loan with the Serie A team Lecce, where he has been able to recover his form and become an important player for the Serie A team. And as a result of his good performance, there are several clubs who are currently monitoring the situation of the French defender. Now, Barcelona took a gamble when they sent Umtiti to Lecce on a free loan and agreed to cover most of his salary because they were hoping that he would get enough playing time to recover his form and become an important player. And their bet has paid off, as it's reported that AC Milan are now interested in signing the French defender in the summer. Now, Umtiti's contract with Barcelona will not expire until 2026, and it's reported that Barcelona are even willing to offload him for free because they want to get rid of his huge salary off their wage bill. And of course, he has no place on Xabi's squad. Now, we'll end today's video with some news about Lionel Messi. And as reported previously, Messi was seen arriving in the city of Barcelona a few days ago, which of course gave rise to the possibility of him coming back to Barcelona. But as I stated before, Messi was simply there because that's where his home is, and that it's been said over and over again that the possibility of Messi coming back to Barcelona are very slim. Now, since Messi will not be coming back to Barcelona and he's now not renewing his contract with PSG, the question, of course, remains, where will the Argentinian star end up next season? And more reports are coming out saying that it's looking like Messi will end up in the MLS at Inter Miami. Now, while Messi was in the city of Barcelona, he was seen dining out with 2 of his best friends, Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba. And it's now being reported that Messi might have discussed with the 2 of them joining Inter Miami altogether. Because even though MLS does appeal to Messi, going there with 2 of his friends appeals to him even more. So you can only imagine what that would mean for the American League if all 3 players arrive at Inter Miami, especially that they still have the skill and the level to play in European football, and having them all arrive with their current physical state to Inter Miami would be a huge boost to Beckham's team and to the entire MLS as a whole. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I'd like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Pisca Barça.